Big up to my apostles, my disciples, my prophets, my kings and my queens.
Basically, this is a video about Irvin Lorenzo, R.I.P Gotti, Jay-Z's mentor back in the days. He used to help him out with beats and all that. He helped him out with Super Ugly. So basically, he is exposing Jay-Z for untrusty person.
In true Jay-Z fashion, he gave Irv a tougher nickname, transforming him into R.I.P Gotti. Everything seemed cool at first, but things got messy, and Irv's relationship with Jay turned sour fast.
So I'm in my office.
Okay, and it's you who called Jay or Jay called you?
No, let me explain.
Okay, cool.
I'm in my office, I'm minding my business. This is in my office every day.
Hot 97 Battle of the Beats? This happens yet? No.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, that happened.
Yeah, because that's when people could clear that Nas won.
No, that didn't happen because it happened with Super Ugly.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it's in my office every day. Now, if you know Jay isn't the type of dude that's gonna openly ask for help or openly ask for anything. So every day. So by the third day, I'm like, what's up? I hit her. I'm like, what's up? This is bothering you? He said, yeah, Gotti.
Oh, shit. Good.
I said, you want to get him? He said, yeah, I want to get him. So in my mind, I'm like, you've been saying all this. If he do something, you gonna basically air out his right? He been saying little things. So we went to baseline.
Dame Dash is not around.
Oh, Dame Dash was never around.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I mean, he wasn't around like Hov is Hov.
Right.
I don't get it. Hov don't need nobody.
Right.
Once Hov got on, he was the guy I would be like, he didn't need nobody.
Right.
Like X needed people around him to help him.
Right.
Ja needed me to help him.
Right.
Hov, once he got on, he didn't need nobody. He could do it all himself. He'll pick the beats, go produce it. He didn't need nobody.
Did you, the Book of Hov, are you in that book?
I don't know, I ain't see it.
And well, the famous rumor is that Dame Dash is removed from that book.
Probably. I don't think Jay likes Dame.
Put some salt on it.
What is? Did I say something that people don't know already?
No, but I'm being honest. Because there's so many different stories. The Leah story has just recently circulated or whatever. But listen, I don't want to get on that. I don't think I'm that good of a media guy. But did you ever think that in the beginning when you see their chemistry? I'm talking about the three. You know what I mean? Because Big's got drink champs as well. But Biggs, Dame, and Jay, like when I used to see them, it used to be so tight. I never thought that this would happen. Did you see this day coming?
He would have subbed it for anybody.
Yeah.
Back then.
He was in it.
I mean.
Yeah.
Remember what I said? Jay didn't need nobody.
Right.
Jay don't need nobody.
Right.
So you really don't think that Dame had anything to do with the success?
You say that.
No, I'm asking. I mean, it's kind of a question.
Right. I remember Dame fighting for the artist. I remember that.
Because regardless of how you feel about the person, you got it. Whatever they did should be credited.
He started Rockefeller with Jay and things, so he should get credited. I'm saying the making of the records
and the studio sessions, Clark Kent was there.
I don't know. What do you want me to say?
He said it. No, that's it.
He said after they made it, Jay didn't need
nobody.
You
didn't say Jay wasn't important.
Jay was picking the beats. Jay was rapping over the beats.
He gave
Jay was making things. It was all Hov.
Right.
They was along for the ride.
Great ride.
It was a great ride.
Why is Jay-Z a billionaire? He's a billionaire because of Rocawear clothing.
He's a billionaire because of title. He sold that bitch. He bagged up, what, 200 million from Sprint. He paid 56 for it. He bagged up all of that. Now he still owns 66%. He's free rolling. Douce, you know what I'm saying? His liquor, Ace of Spades. If you want to be a billionaire, you have to start a brand and create a company that is evaluated at something. You see what I'm saying? If you just, Drake is by far the most successful rapper, but they don't talk about Drake as a billionaire. Drizzy probably got a couple hundred, you know what I'm saying? And he needs to do something out other than music to get to the Billy.
Exactly. When you speak of folks like Jay-Z going for that Billy, what do you think it was that drove him to the Billy to make him just say, you know what, let me find different ways to get money? Is it a sport to him, or is it just a drive, or what?
Jay-Z's a hustler, y'all. Jay-Z sold crack, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the essence of who he is. The essence of who he is a hustler, a go-getter, one who gets to the money at the highest level. So as a hustler, he says this in his rhymes. He says, you know, what did he say? He said, if you'd have asked me if I'd have sold jeans not in my right mind, not in this lifetime. He said, but that's the difference that between me. I open the market up. So even though he didn't know, he's a hustler. How much can I get? What? That we can get that? I'm in. And not only am I in, I'm gonna master it. I'm gonna do it better than all you. They hustlers, man. Diddy's a hustler.
Yeah.
He's a hustler, yo. You know what I'm saying? So hustlers don't stop until they achieve their goal, and their goal is far bigger than the average person.
Jay would be like, you think he's better than me?
Did you actually invent the 360 deal yourself? I wouldn't say I invented the 360 deal. What I needed to do, everybody has the ability to sign a contract and to roll with whomever they want to roll. To roll with me, I needed to have more skin in the game.
How I got to Def Jam was because of Ja, really, because Leo wanted to sign Ja. The first meeting I ever had, I was like, we got to sign DMX, and they laughed at me. I remember when I left the office, Tina Davis said, she knew what I wanted to sign DMX. She said, DMX don't sell, your ass is fired. Jay and Dame did not believe in DMX. Jay would be like, you think he's better than me? And I'd be like, he's nice just like you.
Jay-Z and Diddy's mentors, Lyor Cohen and Clive Davis, supposedly weren't too thrilled about this power move. So they allegedly schemed up a way to block Irv's plans.
Like you. I said, if you look in the hood, there's less of like you and more like him. Yeah, but he don't want to live that. He's depressing, Gotti. And I said, I don't give a. So Jay used to watch me grind with X, and he was off with the Hitman.
But let's shift the spotlight over to Jay-Z, because there's so much conversation around Diddy and his laundry list of alleged wrongdoings, while Jay isn't getting nearly as much scrutiny. It's like he's slipping through the cracks while everyone's eyes are glued on Diddy. After DMX's passing in April 2021, Jay-Z appeared on LeBron James's show and claimed that despite X getting competitive with him, it was all love between them.
So there was a competitive thing, but it was big love. He was so competitive with me. I never met a human being more competitive with me, like ever, not even my big brother. Like, no one.
But here's the twist that Jay-Z conveniently forgot to mention. According to DMX himself, it was actually Jay who was playing the competitive game. Back in 2004, Jay-Z became the president of Def Jam Records, succeeding Lyor Cohen, and according to X, that's when things took a turn. You see, DMX had been holding it down for Def Jam, dropping not one, not two, but 5 consecutive #1 albums between 1998 and 2003. But when Jay-Z stepped into the president role, X claimed that Jay started messing around with the release of his 6th studio album, Year of the Dog, again.
You know, like I said, I had the crazy track record, Def Jam, everything was good. You know, I go to do the 6th album, and you know,
Jay-Z became president.
Yeah. You know, when he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, AMAZIAH is running the building, like, yo, you good? Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? Niggas go on vacation and, you know, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know?
So according to X,
you know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z had his sights set on making a comeback and wanted to ensure there were no rivals blocking his path to the top.
Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off the label. Now you're back rapping again. Okay. I mean, it's all good. That's all good.
This was the aha moment for DMX, the instant he realized that Jay-Z was ready to throw anyone under the bus if it meant advancing his own agenda. So, X made the call to part ways with Def Jam. But here's the kicker. DMX's trust issues with Jay run even deeper, and it all ties back to Jay's connections with the shady big shots in the industry. See, Jay-Z and DMX approached the business side of things from different angles. Unlike Jay, X stayed true to himself, never mincing words about how label owners hold artists in a tight grip. He refused to compromise his integrity for anyone.
They got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play they right. You know what I'm saying? The record label executive. It's like there's too much of that going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my motherfucking music. You know what I mean? Exactly. Now they want you all up under this. You know, sitting at the going to dinner with them and like that, and you know all that favor for a favor. Shall get down like that? Look, I'll give you the music. You give my money.
Back in 2005, DMX came out with the track "The Industry," where he pulled back the curtain and gave us a peek into how the music business really operates. He raps, "If you ain't got a strong mind, the industry will break you down. It's a matter of time. The industry vultures with nothing to feast on." In another verse, X says, "The industry wants new artists to sell their souls," adding,
"The industry don't give an F about you, but the industry couldn't make a dime without you."
The game is bullshit, man. The game is bullshit. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Let's do a song I call "The Industry." And that pretty much explains, you know what I'm saying, what the industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a game. The industry, real is dying to get in. The industry, just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that, but I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap. The industry.
Now Jay-Z, well, he's been playing the industry game since day one, and over time, he's faced a ton of accusations about throwing his friends and partners under the bus. Take Dame Dash, for example, the co-founder of Rockefeller. He went public with his accusations that Jay turned his back on him by cozying up to some shady big shots in the music business, specifically Lyor Cohen, who, according to Dame, used the divide and conquer strategy to destroy Rockefeller.
When I first got with Lyor, the first thing he did was try to make me have a beef with another black person on his behalf. And I was like, he's like, "You with me, right? If you with me, then you got to go to war with me." I said, "Bro, I got a lot of beefs on the street. You going to go to war with me? Let's not do that." So there would be times that he would be saying things, and like I'd be with like Beanie Siegel or something, and he'd say something that was so offensive, unknowing, unconsciously, just demeaning. And Beanie would be ready to knock him out, and I'd have to be like, I'd have to bark on him, so Beanie didn't do nothing to him. You understand? I'd be like, "I got it, don't worry." Like, he was just an offensive person. What he couldn't understand about me is that I could have white people working for me. Because he thinks black people can only have black people working for him. So when I would walk in and have anybody white in my staff, he'd go to the side and go, "You okay? Let me know if they're treating me wrong." Blink twice. I swear to God he did that shit. Yeah, the blink twice, the napkin. He used to do it to everyone.
Now Lyor has been swimming in a sea of drama since way back when, and he's made a lot of messed up comments over the years. But here's where Lyor showed his true face. In 2018, he made an appearance on The Breakfast Club and talked about the problem of substance use among rap artists, claiming he was sad about DMX's struggles with addiction. When Charlemagne asked him why he continued to sign artists who promoted that lifestyle, Lyor didn't beat around the bush. He straight up said, "That's just how the business rolls."
One of the biggest artists you ever had had a real bad drug problem, DMX?
I'm so sad. It's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
Don't you think that's hypocritical though? You're saying
it's opportunistic. Yeah, I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
And then when Lyor was asked about Dame calling him a culture vulture, he arrogantly dismissed the question.
Y'all made a lot of money together.
Made a lot of
money.
money.
Come on, don't do that to him.
I don't know him. I really don't. So, I don't know what to tell you.
By the way, after Dame caught wind of Lyor's comments, he didn't hold back, taking to Instagram to say, "Thanks for this, Lyor Cohen, for proving my point in true culture vulture form. They make money off us and then try to erase our true history and act like the real ones never existed." Now you might be one who dares to spill the beans on Jay-Z and Diddy seems to end up in one of two places, either 6 feet under or labeled as crazy. Case in point, the legendary DMX. Rumor has it, that DMX tried to expose both Jay-Z and Diddy for allegedly conspiring with white label owners against their fellow black artists. In one recently resurfaced interview, DMX dished out the dirt on Diddy and accused him of financially exploiting his artists.
It was a blessing and a curse because they were sure they were happy like the time person. They were on the Benjamins and the shit was going, but then he made them jiggy and put them in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and like, damn, I'm glad I didn't, you know, like, you keep that. And we went to, like, as soon as they got signed, D was like, yo, if you like the locks, like, X is like Big Dog, like, those are the pups, like, you love.
And then something strange happened when I made Get At Me Dog. If you remember at the beginning of the video, it's the heartbeats, doom, doom. DMX, doom, doom. Live at the tunnel. Y'all don't even remember the tunnel. Funk Maximus, doom, doom. And then I put that sound bite. Let's take it back to the streets, mother. Doom, doom. The video's flashing, f***ing up your eyes. It caused change. And now, there was no more shiny suits. We back to the hood, and X is the leader of this revolution. I used to put on the wall a triangle with 5. And they was like, they used to clown me. They used to be like, who's gonna buy his records, Gotti? Chihuahuas, he's barking. No one wants to hear that bullshit. And I'd be like, yeah. It's 05. It was no more writing on the walls. It was, y'all can get behind me. I used to tell Leo in the midst of the whole staff, and I would tell him, yo, shut the f up. I said, you work better when you shut up and get behind me. Now this is what we doing. And he would shut up.
Not being a fan of Jay-Z pretty much guarantees you won't like Diddy either, and Irv made sure to let everyone know he's no different. According to Irv, the shady dealings between Jay-Z and Diddy are all connected, and their powerful friendship might just be a front for something way more sinister.
Right. I love Puff.
Yeah.
He can do drugs. Yeah. Whoa! Oh yeah, he done hit me with a Jeffrey one time.
Here we go.
I was there. That Jeffrey.
Gotta expose.
Take
Gotta
this
tell
Jeffrey.
Puffy
It'll
dope.
calm you down.
Yeah, I smoked with Puff. I was like,
he got. Oh my God, so soft.
I'm seeing things.
He got it.
Just got a business idea. Chocolate eggplant.
Chocolate eggplant. And I swear to him, I was like, yo, I think this nigga hit us with Jeffrey. I swear to God. It's all good, Puff. You can hit me with the Jeffrey.
I run this city, send the cops with DA defense to come get me. Send the cops with DA defense to come get me. Cats wanna leave me for dead, you coming with me. Cats wanna leave me for dead, you coming with me. Make moves major, hide out in Asia if your girl keep coming around. And I'm hide out in Asia if your girl keep coming around. And I'm get worldwide coverage. Got so many spots, I don't even buy luggage. You love it. Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Come on.
Later you gonna find out a little thing.
I think I've just been raped.
I'm gonna have a drink to forget about this shit.
It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together, and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Right? That's what I'm talking about. We ain't going nowhere. I see you, Tom.
Diddy didn't just sit back. They teamed up to flip the script and expose Irv in return. Talk about the tables turning. The backlash was swift, and Jay and Diddy were quick to drag Irv into the spotlight, trying to shift attention away from their own secrets.
In the last interview we did, you were speaking about how Puffy, he told on Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, and Jay Prince about the distribution company they was trying to make. How do you know for a fact that Puffy told the police? So if you don't mind, can you break that down some more, yo, for the people?
Because it wasn't the police, it was the feds, one of the persons who was with them. So you gotta understand this, right? Suge Knight was bringing terror onto Uptown Records, had them scared. You understand? Had them scared. That's why Andre Harrell would hire a person like Bill Whitfield that was a strong dude that didn't care about nothing and they would do his thing against somebody or anybody. He did everything to protect Andre Harrell. But they, and this is the situation, Suge was extorting them and they thought he was using extortion tactics. You understand? To get Mary J. Blige's contract right, to get Jodeci contract right. And it was this other person, I don't know, it was Jeff Red, I don't know who it was, but it was somebody else in Uptown Records that he was helping to try to get their contracts right. Because they wasn't getting no points, no publishing, they wasn't getting nothing but show money. You understand what I'm saying? So now, when Puff, Kirk Burroughs, that's the other person that was with them, they go up to the feds with all this paperwork, you understand? And I mentioned this before, you understand? They not only talking about the extortion stuff, they talking about how they trying to be made to, and to have this what you call this promotion, this distribution thing. And which I'm finding out, they wasn't even gonna be a part of it until later. But they was in fear, like they was trying to be made to be a part of this whole distribution thing that Suge Knight was trying to build up with Rockefeller, because it was Dame Dash, it was Irv Gotti, it was Jay Prince, and Death Row. You understand what I'm saying? So now, everybody wanna know who's this and who's that, and wanna go back and say, yo, how do you know? It came from the horse's mouth. He said he got all the paperwork to prove it. Kirk Burroughs said it plenty of times, but nobody won't sit down with him. I mean, like, you won't get none of these, these radio stations and all this stuff like that to sit down with him. He said, I got the paperwork. He got files from the from the DEA and the FBI, all that stuff like that. He got plenty of paperwork behind this whole stuff. But people want to get on here and say, yo, because they not privy to the information, you understand, directly from the people who was involved. And you get a person like me that don't give a damn, and I'll repeat it and tell it. Oh, dude capping, dude looking for attention. No, it happened. Now other people coming out talking about it, they putting Jay-Z was a part of it. They telling their story, and it all is coincide what we said years ago, when we said on platforms before, when we said on your show before. So I can't worry about what these cats are saying. They doing it for the views, bruh. They doing it because they don't have nothing else to talk about. Like I said before, they're gonna look at this and make a show about it. Keep helping that platform, Art.
So Puffy told, but Jay-Z, I didn't know about that. So Jay-Z, he told too?
Said that years ago, man. Said that years ago. What are you gonna do? They're gonna do whatever. Yo, listen to me. They're the reason why rap in New York went down the drain. They made sure that these young cats didn't come up with platforms and didn't come up with situations. Like Jay-Z, let me tell you something. Jay-Z and it's funny. It's funny. We were talking about how Puff and Ja Rule was cool. But at one time, Puff was trying to trick Ja Rule into going at Jay-Z. That whole weekend that he was with Sarah. The whole weekend they was in that hotel room. That day they was in that hotel room. Always coming back on that G5 jet. He was trying to talk Ja Rule into going at Jay-Z. But now him and Jay-Z is like freaking frat. It's crazy how things work out, huh? Eric B. No. They was trying to get a distribution company. You know what I'm saying? Distribute, publish their own music. They was trying to bring their money together and do that. And what I know of is that, and Jay-Z was a part of this, because I heard Shit probably spoke on this too, that Jay-Z and Puff had somebody write something up to say that they was trying to monopolize, get a monopoly on the industry and start their own distribution company. And they told the higher ups, and that's when all those companies start going down, start coming up with federal charges and all kinds of, things that's happened to them. You've seen it with R.I.P Gotti and them. You've seen it with Rockefeller breaking up and all that shit like that. That's what I was talking about.
All of this drama between Lior and Dame ties back to DMX. Well, the rumor mill is churning with speculation that Lior was the puppet master behind Jay-Z's interference with DMX's career. But wait, it gets even wilder. When DMX tragically passed away, Lior took things to a whole new level with some seriously disrespectful comments at X's funeral. The send-off for DMX went down in Brooklyn on April 25, 2021, and Lior was expected to be there to pay his respects. However, he didn't bother showing up in person. Instead, he sent in a recording where he started off with some decent words about X. But then, out of left field, he went on to call DMX a gremlin and suggested that his death wasn't really a shocker.
So the race against time was that we all know X is a gremlin and reckless and looking for a wall to crash into. X, if you listen to X, if you see X, his death is no surprise. If you listen to and you watched who and what X was.
Now, we all know that X battled his demons with substances, but to air all of that out at the man's funeral, I guess Lior once again proved Dame Dash was right in typical culture vulture form. And since Jay-Z has referred to Lior as his mentor, then it's no wonder X kept his guard up around Jay. But that's not the only shady thing Jay did. So the gossip mill is spinning tales about Jay and Diddy supposedly ratting out R.I.P Gotti and their fellow black record label owners to the feds to block their plans for an all-black-owned music distribution company. According to R.I.P Gotti, Suge Knight had this grand idea to unionize music artists, with the plan being to bring artists from all genres under one umbrella. R.I.P said, "In the music business, the artists, we have no union, there's no health care, it's nothing like that. It should be done." It was all his plan, and it was a hell of a plan. The plan involved getting record labels to front the cash for artists' union dues. Right off the bat, they would tack on these extra expenses to the recording budgets, and then once the artist's albums start selling, they'd have to reimburse the label for these costs, kind of like how they handle advances. The whole idea behind this setup was to hook artists up with essential benefits like healthcare and retirement plans, and it was really supposed to be a game changer for the music industry. Back in 2002, Suge gave a speech at the West Coast Hip Hop Summit and talked about how the big record labels keep artists on a tight leash by holding on to the rights of their masters. And let's face it, most artists just don't have the bargaining power to buy back their masters, which means they're stuck in this never-ending cycle of dependence on the labels.
It's how many people want to have a union? How many people want to get together
and say, okay, we're gonna network. You got a deal at Universal, and your points is too low. You got a deal at Universal, and they got 100% of your publishing. You got a deal at Sony, and you don't own your masters. But it's your artist. Now, I'm gonna tell you one other thing before you guys go. If you really want to know what's going on, it's real plain and simple. A lot of record companies tell you that. At the end of the day, you have the right to buy your masters back.
Suge then directly called out some big names in the game, including Diddy, calling them out for not stepping up and showing some solidarity.
Where's Ja Rule? Where's Redman? Where's R.I.P Gotti? Where's P. Diddy? Whatever you want to call him. Where's, I go on and on. Where's Pete? Where's the Outkast? Where's Jermaine Dupri? Where's it?
This is a West Coast beat.
But at the same time, they want to come out here and West Coast love. At the same time, when it's an East Coast summit,
we out there.
These old Hollywood wannabe fake it's out there. So why they can't show the same report? Support, brother. Not idiot. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's cool.
By the way, VV Gotti's name was mentioned because the summit went down before Irv jumped on board with Sugi's master plan. But eventually, Sugi managed to rally almost all the big shots from black record labels to his side, except Jay-Z and Diddy. Now, you've probably heard the whispers floating around about Jay and Diddy allegedly having some shady connections with the feds and other mysterious figures higher up. In Diddy's case, it allegedly traces back to his late dad, Melvin Combs, who reportedly worked for the infamous Harlem drug lord Frank Lucas. However, Melvin met a tragic end when he was gunned down back in 1972. And while the case was never officially cracked, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, claimed that Melvin got taken out by his own crew for supposedly snitching. And get this, according to Gene, Diddy narrowly dodged a similar fate. Rumor has it the bullets that ended Biggie Smalls' life in '97 were actually meant for Diddy.
Let's reminisce. Let's reminisce that night we was at Andre Harrell's house, and I told you that this cat was coming to kill us or try to get at us that night. I told you I had intel, but you didn't want to hear it. Let's reminisce the fact I told our driver, Kenny, run this next 3 lights. Run the light, Kenny. Kenny ran the light, Big stopped at the light. Big get killed. Wasn't meant for him, bruh. Let's reminisce. Let's reminisce when you told Wolf's mother right after he died that you didn't owe him no $300,000 and he had delusions of grandeur and all he wanted to do was smoke weed. Let's even go deeper than that, bruh. Let's reminisce how you had people on the security team find people to testify against Sean. You a rat. Man, I ain't gonna even put you in the category as a rat, dog. You worse than what your father was. Let me give you a little intel on him. You understand? That meeting that New York Freddie wanted to have you with you, Freddie Myers, and tell you the real deal on your father? Let me give you something, dog. You would have died just like your father did that night if I wasn't in the car with you. You understand? Your father died because he was going to snitch and rat out his crew.
When it comes to Diddy's alleged connections with the feds, the buzz around town is that this is the main reason he managed to get away with all sorts of nefarious deeds for decades. However, some folks in the industry knew what was going on and tried to raise the alarm about Diddy's alleged connections. One of them was Kanye West, who openly accused Diddy of being a Fed a full year before Cassie dropped her lawsuit. Remember back in late 2022, when Kanye was blacklisted for exposing the people who control the music industry? Well, right after that, Diddy reached out to Kanye and asked to chat in person. But Kanye didn't fall for it. Instead, he shared text messages between him and Diddy. And in one message, Kanye taunted Puff, saying, "Come and do something illegal to me now, please." Diddy then replied, "As soon as I land, we'll meet face to face. Send me the address." However, Kanye apparently felt like Diddy was trying to set him up, so he texted back, "F you, you Fed." Diddy then again asked Kanye to send him his address, saying, "Don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love." But Kanye wasn't having it. He said, "This ain't a game. I'll use you as an example to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me." Kanye doubled down on these accusations when he showed up on Drink Champs and again called out Diddy for supposedly making a deal with the feds.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these all you fake hard you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard you. You know what I'm saying? I don't get because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got chalk is because you did a deal, you the Fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my coat.
Then, when Kanye later bumped into some paparazzi, he said that unlike Diddy and a bunch of other rappers, he can't be controlled because he never took anyone's life.
Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they're dealing, they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the that never killed nobody, right? They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
No, you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
When it comes to Jay-Z's supposed connections with the feds, there's been a ton of talk swirling around about his decision to bring on board Desiree Perez as the CEO of Roc Nation, because Desiree is reportedly a former federal informant.
All right. Remember when Jay-Z said this?
I think we passed kneeling.
Let me play again. This time, look at the reaction of the lady sat just behind him. The reason why she's worried about how Jay would respond is because she's the CEO of Roc Nation. But in her former life, she was a federal informant. In 1994, Desiree Perez was arrested for bringing in 35 keys of Griselda Blanco into Miami. Under pressure, she agreed to wear a wire for the DEA. Quick side note, Desiree Perez is the name Dame Dash refused to say in this Breakfast Club interview.
Once a has certain friends, we don't even talk about them no more where I'm from.
Now, around that same time, Jay-Z and Perez spearheaded Roc Nation's prison reform initiative with Meek Mill. I guess their hard work paid off, because on the 19th of January 2021, this list was released. Desiree Perez's criminal past had just been wiped clean by the outgoing president, Donald Trump.
Back in 2015, when the New York Daily News brought Desiree Perez's past to light, Dame Dash appeared on Sway in the Morning and said that this revelation had him seriously rattled about what Jay-Z might be up to. Dame went on to explain how a bunch of his friends and associates, including Rockefeller co-founder Kareem Biggs Burke, had been through the ringer with the feds. So, for Dame to see Jay-Z appoint a former federal informant as the president of his company was downright terrifying.
That the paper did scare me, and I was like, there has to be some truth to it, is when I read about his affiliation with, informants, that he's in business with certain people. And it's tricky for me to say, but just based on where I'm from, I can't have nothing to do with that. That part of it scares me, because I know Biggs is in jail. I know R.I.P Gotti's been for years over he didn't do. I know they've been with me for years. So it just means I need to stay over here. Your friend, my man's in jail for 3 years over week. The feds is really on me. It's not like they not. And where I'm from, that is not tolerated at all.
Let's rewind to Suge Knight's vision for an all black-owned music distribution company. Both VV Gotti and Jay Prince have spilled the beans, confirming that the feds threw a wrench in the works of this plan. Fast forward to January 2003, federal investigators stormed into Murder Inc.'s offices in New York. Later on, both Irv and his brother Chris found themselves slapped with money laundering charges, staring down the barrel of up to 20 years behind bars. But here's the twist. The brothers managed to beat the charges, and Irv went on to claim it was all a setup orchestrated to put the brakes on their efforts to shake up the music industry with their unionization plans. Now, when it comes to Jay Prince, he revealed that back in the 90s, the DEA had a dirty agent on their payroll whose job was to take down Rap-A-Lot records. Prince said, "They assigned a guy by the name of Jack Shoemaker on me to arrest me or whatever he was supposed to do, but he sent death threats at me. Here's a man that killed 8 people since they were investigating me. I decided to hire an investigator to investigate them. And that's when I found out this guy killed all of those people." But here's the burning question. Is there any concrete evidence that Jay-Z and Diddy ratted out to the feds to block the plan for an all-black-owned music company? Well, according to Gene Deal, there's a ton of paperwork over at Bad Boy that allegedly shows Diddy played a significant part in assisting the feds.
When Puff, Kirk Burrows, that's the other person that was with them, they go up to the feds with all this paperwork, you understand? And I mentioned this before, you understand? They not only talking about the extortion stuff, they talking about how they trying to be made to have this what you call this promotion, this distribution thing.
Now, when it comes to Jay-Z, Gene said he heard from quite a few folks that Jay was also lending a hand to the feds.
Now, other people coming out talking about it. They putting Jay-Z was a part of it. They telling their story, and it all is coincide what we said years ago.
So Jay-Z, he told you?
Said that years ago, man. Said that years ago. What are you gonna do? They're gonna do whatever. Yo, listen to me. They're the reason why rap in New York went down the drain. They made sure that these young cats didn't come up with platforms, and didn't come up with situations.
Adding fuel to the fire of these accusations swirling around Jay-Z, there's now an interview with R.I.P Gotti making the rounds where he claims that Jay was insanely jealous of DMX. According to Gotti, Jay and Lyor Cohen used to laugh at X and never believed he would make it big.
First meeting I ever had, I was like, we got to sign DMX, and they laughed at me. I remember when I left the office, Tina Davis said, she knew what I wanted to sign DMX. She said, DMX don't sell, your ass is fired. Jay and Dame did not believe in DMX. Jay would be like, you think he's better than me? And I'd be like, he's nice just like you. I said, if you look in the hood, there's less of like you and more like him. Yeah, but he don't want to live that. He's depressing, Gotti. And I said, I don't give a f. So Jay used to watch me grind with X, and he was off with the Hitman. And then something strange happened when I made Get At Me Dog. You remember at the beginning of the video, it's the heartbeats. DMX, don't. Live at the tunnel. Y'all don't even remember the tunnel. Funk Maximus, don't. And then I put that sound bite. Let's take it back to the streets, mother. The video's flashing, f***ing up your eyes. It caused change. And now, there's no more shiny suits. We back to the hood, and X is the leader of this revolution. I used to put on the wall a triangle with 5. And it was like, they used to clown me. And they used to be like, who's gonna buy his records, Gotti? Chihuahuas, he's barking. No one wants to hear that bullshit. And I'd be like, yeah. It sold 5. There was no more writing on the walls. It was, y'all can get behind me. I used to tell Leo in the midst of the whole staff, and I would tell him, shut the fuck up, yo. I said, you work better when you shut up and get behind me. Now this is what we doing. And he would shut up.
Fans are now saying this just proves DMX was right all along about Jay-Z and the industry bigwigs. As for X's untimely demise, some folks are even taking it a step further and claiming it was an industry sacrifice. One fan said, rest in peace, DMX. This brother was on live and he told us if anything happens to him, who to blame. Yet we still think in another fashion, no, he was killed. But people that have money know this, and they had the nerve to sweep it under the rug for now, because what's done in the dark shall come to the light, so you are missed. Love you still. Yeah. Another fan added, I've been saying at the end DMX wasn't getting high. He was sober as a fish out of water. When the industry knows your past or weakness, they will use it later when they're tired of you or you become a threat to their agenda. What's your take on all this? Do you believe Jay-Z really conspired against DMX out of jealousy? And do you think there's something suspicious about X's death? Leave your thoughts in the comments and then check out this next video.